I have further noted testimony before commission in which Sergeant Kosi was questioned regarding certain WhatsApp communication that I had shared with involving Mr. Vus Matlala and reference to Musa Kaula. The manner in which this communication were characterized before the commission consists a misinterpretation and misinterpretation of true factual position, of which I consider necessary to clarify. Interaction arose when Mr. Matlala contacted me, narrated that he believed he was being subjected to an attempted extortion. He informed me that a person identifying himself as a journalist had communicated with him, indicating that information concerning Mr. Matlala's private life was allegedly being supplied to Mr. Musa Kaula for publication on social media platform, and that payment was being demanded, implied in exchange of preventing such publication. Mr. Matlala forwarded me screenshots of communication exchanged between himself and the individual who identified himself as the journalist. And I think even this Annexa RSB, it does not belong here. On the corrected version, it won't be here. This belongs to the complaint regarding Katis.
Yes, it's been deleted from the revised version.
Those
so what annexure did you want to refer to here then?
No annexure.
No annexure.
Yeah, it was put here.
Can you at least give us a date, since there are no longer annexures? The date of this interaction. Remember the month and the year?
Yeah, it was September 2024.
Yes.
I think maybe when maybe the questions comes on the WhatsApp, it will appear. But I think it was on the 17th. The reason I remembered when I was checking the WhatsApp, on the 16th, I flew to Kimberley. I was in the panel for shortlisting a brigadier post, and on the 17th I had to come back. And there was raining, the flight, I came back late. And Wednesday, the 18th, I was traveling to Limpopo. So I remember it was on the 17th.
That's correct, Commissioner. It's 17 September 2024.
Yes.
You can continue where you say those communications were not?
Those communications were not conversation between myself and Mr. Matlala. No, were they communications involving me directly. The content reflected discussion between Matlala and the said individual, including indications that purported journalist claimed to be engaging with Mr. Musa Kaula, attempting to persuade him not to publish the material in question.
Sorry, did you not want to say those conversations were not between you and Mr. Kaula? Because it's Mr. Matlala who told you that there's a problem. So the conversation would be between you and Matlala. When you say here, those communications were not between myself and Mr. Matlala, do you not mean between yourself and Mr. Kaula? Or am I misunderstanding something?
Yeah, I think I meant to say what I wrote, because it was not conversation between me and Mr. Matlala. Mr. Matlala forwarded me, what do they call it, screenshot of what he was discussing with somebody, that journalist, okay, and what the journalist said to him and what he said to him. So he was communicating me the whole communication between himself and that journalist, who was trying to extort money from him, saying he's talking to Kaula so that to get the money, Kaula must publish whatever. But you can see on that particular thing, it's already posted, it's already published. And then, yeah. So I'm saying this because when it was said here, I heard the evidence leaders were saying, it's me speaking to Kaula on behalf of Matlala. And that is why I want to clarify that I don't...
Hence my question, General, because
Yeah.
the person speaking in the WhatsApps was referring to Mr. Kaula as Chomi.
Yeah.
And I understand that you want to clarify that you would never call him that. So that's not you in those
No,
WhatsApps.
it's not. Yes, it's not me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not me. I don't know him. I never met him. I don't have his number. He doesn't have my number. And I don't use the name Chomi. I never used that one.
So we've clarified that. Thank you. You can move on.
Yes. Upon receiving this information, I advised Mr. Matlala that if he believed himself to be a victim of extortion or intimidation, the appropriate course of action would be to open a criminal case with the South African Police Service. And as Sergeant Kosi was geographically closer to Mr. Matlala and operationally positioned to assist, I forwarded the material to Nkosi solely for the purpose of enabling him to assist Matlala in reducing a statement to writing, facilitating opening a formal criminal case. Sergeant Kosi subsequently informed me that Mr. Matlala had indicated that he had elected to refer the matter to his legal representative for advice and handling. No further involvement arose from my side thereafter.
Sorry, General, how did Sergeant Nkosi inform you about what Mr. Matlala was going to do, telephonically or via message?
How did he?
Inform you. In paragraph 137, Sergeant Nkosi subsequently informed me that Mr. Matlala had indicated that he elected. How did he inform you?
I can't remember, but we talked on the 13th, or on the 18th, telephonically and on WhatsApp on the 13th. But I think that we spoke, and also physically, because what was happening, I gave Nkosi my tire, my wheel to take somewhere to fix, because on the 14th, when I was going to the party there by General Sibia, I had a puncture. I even phoned him, he said he was out, he was not there. I phoned the driver, also was not there. I have to phone APSA, I direct to come and assist me. So we found that the wheel has bent a bit. So he said there is a place whom we know in Pretoria West. I gave it to him. And then we were supposed to meet so that he can give me the spare wheel because I was going to Limpopo. And we met at Ford because I also took it for service at Ford Garage in Randfontein. That is where I even gave him my claim forms for my itineraries because I was coming from on the 12th. I came from China, and I have to send in to our finance my claim so that it can be captured, because if it's not captured within certain days, then they create a debt against you, then they just take it from your salary. So we met also on that on the 18th. I'm not sure he told me telephonically or when we met.
Okay, thank you.
General, in that paragraph 136, where you advised Mr. Matlala to open a criminal case, was this telephonically? Was it on WhatsApp?
No,
Was it in person?
No, it was telephonically. Remember, even before sending this message, he phoned me. Then I said, send me the message so that I can see, because what you are telling me, I'm unable to advise, to say what should you do.
Yes.
So after sending me this, that is when I phoned back and said, go and open a case, and then we will do entrapment for whoever wants this money. And then he asked me to say, hey, I'm still busy somewhere. Is Nkosi around? Can he come and help me? I said, I don't know. I will send him the message and tell him, I'm far away. If he can, then, if he can't, still go to the police station. They will be able to assist. Then they will find the people dealing with extortions. They will come and take the dog from there, because I know it is investigated at the provincial level.
Is he calling you in your capacity as a friend or what? Because he could have just gone to the nearest police station. In what capacity was Mr. Matlala reaching out to you?
Yeah, I will say he called me because he knows me. And as I said before, people who knows senior people or been in their circle, they feel even a small thing that if they phoned that senior person, it will happen fast or something will happen. But I can say he phoned because he knows me. And as I said before, he will phone seeking for advice, nothing else, or greeting, because we meet seldom. In a year, maybe, like last year, the first time I saw him, we met physically. It was when we were at the party. And I don't visit his house. He doesn't visit my house. The only place I ever visited, or I visit when I'm towards main lane, is there by his office.
Thank you.
When you refer him to Sergeant Nkosi, and you forward his message to Sergeant Nkosi, did you know that they have a close relationship?
Yes, I know. I know, because Nkosi sometimes could phone me and say, hey, hold on, I'm with somebody, says he knows you. That is when I came back to head office, and then I heard his voice.
Okay.
So I even asked him, how do you know this chap? He said, no, we grew up together and whatever. I know him for a long time, so yeah.
Okay, thank you, General.
Ordinarily, where would such an offense have had to be reported, ordinarily?
Reporting
Reported.
the case.
Yes, ordinarily, where would it have had to be reported?
Yeah, if you report the case, it depends. If he's at home, I think I hear he's staying at this estate, is near Oliphant's Fontaine, is the police station. But if he's at the offices, the police station will be Garsfontein or Brooklyn. I'm not sure of the demarcation.
All right, thank you.
It will be either Garsfontein, because the office is there in Main Lane. So I'm not sure if Main Lane falls under Brooklyn or Garsfontein police station.
Thank
Well,
you.
the short answer is the nearest police station.
In between there, when you are there, I can't say which one is the nearest.
No, you don't have to tell us which one. If
Yeah.
you just say the short answer is the nearest
The nearest
police station.
police station, yes.
No, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, General. Page 44, paragraph 138.
I wish to state
Unequivocally,
unequivocally that at no stage did I communicate with Mr. Musa Kaula, whether by WhatsApp, telephone, social media, through any other intermediary. I do not know Mr. Kaula personally, and I have never engaged with him in any professional or personal capacity. The version presented before the Commission suggesting that I engaged in the indirect discussion concerning Mr. Kaula, or that participated in any form of coordination, improper interaction, is therefore incorrect. The material shared with Sergeant Nkosi was transmitted solely in the context of advising a person who believed himself to be victim of criminal conduct to pursue lawful remedies through proper police channels.
Okay, then the next topic is Vusi Kat Matlala.
I have known Mr. Vusi Kat Matlala as a businessman for several years. I met him during 2026 in a social setting through a friend of mine, Fuzile Mbilini, who had previously served as a police officer and who was at that time an acquaintance of Matlala. Fuzile and I occasionally meet at Earth Restaurant at Forest Hill Mall on Fridays after work before heading home in the West Rand, because we were both residing in that space. Sometimes I will find him with Mr. Matlala, or other times Mr. Matlala will find us there. Fuzile passed on in November 2016. However, Mr. Matlala and I lost contact. It was only in 2019 when we regained contact. This came when I accompanied Mulise to Matlala's business premises for a work-related matter. The purpose of our visit was to inquire about a person of interest who was subject of investigation. Information available was that Mr. Matlala was providing VIP security service to this particular individual. It was at this occasion that we established a contact and exchanged cell phones numbers. It was after the visit with Brigadier Mudise, we re-establishing the contact through subsequent conversation that I came to understand that Matlala was highly involved in the security industry, provided a VIP security protection service to the business persons and entities. My impression of him was that he was reserved in nature and his interactions were limited and informal. Since then, Mr. Matlala would occasionally seek advice regarding personal issues affecting him. I saw nothing improper providing general advice. I did not present him in my official legal capacity. I did not represent him in my official legal capacity, nor did I intervene in any investigation process on his behalf. Our communication
Sorry, General, what do you mean by this? You first say, since then, Mr. Matlala would occasionally seek my advice regarding personal, legal issues affecting him. And then you say, I saw nothing improper in providing general advice. I did not represent him in any official legal capacity. What's this about legal issues, giving advice on legal issues, and representing him in any official legal capacity?
Yeah. Commissioner,
that seems to suggest that you are a legal representative or a legal practitioner even, perhaps.
Commissioner, maybe it's lack of better word in English. When I say legal, it's things which may be involved the police or whatever. For example, can phone and say, I have applied for many rifles and it is taking long. I believe I will miss this tender of mine. Who can I speak to what should happen? What do I do in this instance? I said, no, the only person you can contact is CFR. And there is a contact number which you use to communicate to them. Or else go there yourself and do a physical inquiry. Because sometimes there will be a backlog, and more especially where they are waiting for confirmation of fingerprints from CRC. Remember, CRC's job is a criminal record and to check suspects and whatsoever. So They can't prioritize the firearms application than that other one. So obviously it will take longer, but they are working on it in a sequence and prioritizing the others. But that is why it is taking long. That was my suggestion. I said, no, here is the number, you can call that number or you can go and visit and check. So yeah, I mean such things. For example, the Kaula thing. Yeah, I mean such things. That is what you will ask me.
Thank you, General.
Thank you.
General, where you say personal legal issues affecting him, what kind of personal legal issues? And I ask the question because we have had testimony that Mr. Matlala has a long criminal record against his name, going back a long time. So I ask the question in that context.
Yeah,
What the personal legal issues you're referring to here?
Yeah, as I was explaining, Commissioner, to the chair, I mean exactly like where somebody or he feels somebody want to do something criminal against him and seeks advice as to what step must he take. So I'm referring to those.
Thank you.
You're still at 144?
Since then, Mr. Matlala would occasionally seek my advice regarding personal legal issues affecting him. I saw nothing improper providing general advice. I did not represent him in official legal capacity nor intervene in any investigation or process on his behalf. Our communication did not involve sharing of privileged investigation information, operational plans, classified intelligence, or internal SAPS strategy. Our relationship has been that of acquaintance who met through mutual friend, thereafter rekindled as explained above. It was not business partnership, not financial arrangement, not operational alliance. We would come across each other from time to time. With the knowledge that he was in the security industry, where a need arose, I might inquire whether he had general information in relation to certain matters within my line of work. He would seek advice from issues affecting him personally, such exchanges were informal in nature and did not involve sharing confidential operational details and classification of information and investigative planning or privileged case content. At no stage I was aware that he was a member of any cartel or that he was a subject of any criminal investigation. I had been aware of such circumstances. My conduct interaction would have been guided strictly by official obligations. On the 6th of...
General, did you become aware in this period that you're describing in paragraph 147, whatever that period is, did you become aware about his criminal record?
No, I became aware later, around November, December, January.
Which year?
2024, I think.
Okay. And then when you say January 2025?
January 2025, yeah. Okay. And March, yeah. Others came out stronger on March. On the 6th September 2024, my son was involved in a motor vehicle accident. The vehicle sustained damage, and following engagement with the insurer claim was repudiated. This placed me under unexpected financial pressure in order to effect the repairs of the vehicle. On the 14th of September 2024, I attended Lieutenant General Sibia's son's engagement party at his residence in Centurion. That is where I physically met Mr. Matlala in 2024 after a long time. He came to greet me where I was seated. I was seated in another reception area. He was seated with the other senior officials from SAPS, including the officers I mentioned there.
Sorry, General, what did you say?
Including the officers I mentioned there.
You can mention them.
Okay. Lieutenant General Sintumule, Lieutenant General Fani, former General, Major General Tema, Brigadier Mtembu. Those are those which I can remember, because when I entered, I went where they were seated to greet them and go and sit somewhere where there was a better space, because it was congested. This is it's a reception area with glasses where those kids were sitting, and then on the side, that is where they were sitting, and there is another one in front. At the middle is a swimming pool, so I seated there, right front to them, towards the entrance. I think there were two couples speaking in Xhosa where I seated there, with my wife. After the greetings, he went back to sit. But I must say, when I arrived, when I went to greet them, he was not there, because I didn't see him. I think he was not yet arrived.
General, was Sergeant Nkosi there?
No, Nkosi also didn't arrive, but I learned during the day that he is there, he was assisting. And when I had a puncture, I phoned him. I thought it's nearer because it was not far from the plot from Centurion. I was opposite Deepsfield when I got the punch. He said no, he went out to do something, he's coming back. And when I arrived, he was not there. And I remember he sent me a message asking if Matlala is there, and I responded, I don't see him.
You may continue.
Sorry,
But he came later.
Yes. General, where you say that that is where I physically met Mr. Matlala in 2024 after a long time. When last before this had you met him?
Maybe in 2023. I think 2023.
Do you remember the month? Any idea?
No, I'll try to remember. I can't remember if it was at a wedding or I met him at Main Lane. I can't remember, but I met 2024. It was the first time I met him in September. I never met him.
September.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Thank you.
Uh, 150.
150. It was during that occasion, after the formalities were concluded, that we had a casual conversation, which led to the issue of him loaning me money for the purpose of vehicle repairs. During the conversation, I mentioned that I was attempting to resolve the matter by selling livestock utilizing my personal saving in order to cover the repairs. Matlala indicated that if I should not succeed in raising the fund in time, you will be able to assist me. At approximately four days later, on the 18th, 24, Mr. Matlala contacted me to inquire whether I had managed to raise the required funds. I informed him that I had not yet succeeded, but that I was traveling to Limpopo at that time. When we then agreed that he would advance me personal loan by depositing the money directly into my son's bank account, as my son was responsible for arranging and repairs of the vehicle in Gauteng. I forwarded my son's banking details to Matlala via WhatsApp. It was expressly agreed between us that the loan will be repaid during December 2024, which allowed me sufficient time to raise the funds as planned, sell livestock and from my personal saving. And commissioners, it's not on my statement, I must indicate further that on that month of December is the month that I get my bonus. I'm born in October, but I long changed it to December because when my kids were still at varsity, so that in January I can have money for deposit. So I didn't change it back. Even until now, I get my bonus in December.
Sorry, General, just before you proceed, I've been asked to ask you that if you're clicking your pen while you're answering, if you could just not click it because they can hear it over the mic. I'm sorry if I've removed your coping mechanism, but I've been asked to do so.
General, they keep taking things from you.
Yes, Commissioner.
You are now on page 48, paragraph 152.
I confirm that the funds were utilized solely for the vehicle repairs and were not connected to any way to my official duties or any operational matter. The loan has since been repaid in full through my own earnings and proceeds derived from my livestock and personal saving. Mr. Matlala deposited the agreed amount into my son's bank account, forwarded a proof of deposit to me via WhatsApp. My son confirmed the receipt telephonically. My son's bank statement reflected deposit is there to a charge as Annexa RS5. The Annexa will depict proof of deposit, payment of the mechanic, purchase of the vehicle parts, and quotation from the mechanic attached as Annexa RS6 and Annexa RS6A. I wish to state that I have never attended any function hosted by Matlala, nor he attended any function at my residence. I do not know his residential address. The Thanksgiving ceremony took place in my homestead in Zanini in 20 September 22. It was not a party to celebrate promotion. It was not funded by Matlala.
General, can you just put that in context, because we jumped from him offering to assist you with a loan, and then you've got the Thanksgiving ceremony. What are you responding to there? What allegation are you responding to at paragraph 156?
Yeah. When I was listening to, listening to the recording, which made by witness C, there was an indication that there was a money of 80,000 deposited into my account by Mr. Matlala. And I got angry and then immediately reversed the money to Matlala, that Matlala must give me cash. So I am responding to that to show that there was no such thing. Because for him to have my account, I have to give him my account. And I never gave him my account. And there's no way he can deposit money to my account without me giving him the account. I don't know how will he get it. And it never happened. The only money which was deposited is the one deposited to my son, which I brought the bank statement of my son and showing even how this money was used to do. It paid the vehicles and etc. So that was the reason for that statement.
Okay. Page 49, paragraph 157.
During November 2024, After selling 2 cattle at my homestead, I paid Mr. Matlala 20,000 in cash. At the end of December 2024, I transferred 50,000 from my ABSA account to the bank account which Matlala provided to me. The proof of payment, I WhatsApped it to him on the 31st. Actually, I phoned him on the 30th of December and asked him to give me his banking details. And he forwarded me his banking details. On the 31st, I transferred the money, and then I forwarded him the proof of payment of the 50,000, and I called him, and he confirmed because he was not coming back to me after sending, depositing the money. And we made the annexes of those statements.
General, this motor vehicle, is it your son or your vehicle?
It's my son's vehicle. So he got the accident. The day on the 6th, I left to China. He got the accident the same evening after they dropped me from the airport. So I found it out on the 12th when I came back because they said they didn't want to disturb me. They didn't tell me.
Yes, General, you then also referred to you attaching your son's bank statements, which demonstrates the payments made for the purchase of the required vehicle parts and mechanics fees.
Yes.
Okay. Then do you want to go to 159?
159. The last paragraph.
Yes.
Yes. There was no quid pro quo attachment to this financial assistance. Mr. Matlala did not request, I did not provide any operational favor, investigative intervention, strategic information or procurement, influence, preferential treatment of any nature. Financial assistance rose from personal emergency and I paid as agreed.